All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, I'm going to title this lesson, Sin Only Destroys. Okay, when you transgress against the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, it has a negative effect, okay, towards you. All right, I'm going to start here in Sirach, chapter 21, verse 1. My son, hast thou sinned? Do so no more, but ask pardon for thy former sins. And ultimately, that's what we do. When we're praying to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, we ask Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai to forgive us for our sins. Okay? Verse 2. Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. Okay? So when you see a snake, what do? Do you go towards that snake and you play with it, or you run away? Your instinct is to get away from the snake. Okay? That's how we're supposed to get away from sin. Okay? From the lust of our flesh, which is not easy, but we have to have that mindset, pushing it away. Continuing in verse 2. For if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee. It will bite thee. The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men. Okay? So if you get too close and too familiar with wickedness, okay? If you get too close, and your curiosity, man, is going to lead you to be punished. Okay, you can be destroyed by trying to dibble and dabble in the world or in sin. Okay, there's multiple examples of how you can go out bad just by sinning, man, willfully. Okay. So I want to get a precept. Scripture that popped in my mind was 1 Peter chapter 5. Let's see. That was the first thing that popped in my mind when I read that. All right, so 1 Peter chapter 5. Verse 8. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Okay? Because this scripture here in Sirach it compares sin to a lion. Okay? And what a lion does is they go on the prowl, they go on the hunt. You know, when they're hungry, they go out, and the women lion, you know, they go hunting. You know, and so these demons, man, they're going hunting, all right, to see who's weak-minded and who's feeble-minded. And demons mess with all of us because we're in the flesh, okay. But their job is to test and to tempt and to try us. And another example is that example that's in the book of Job. Let's see here. All right, so this is Job chapter 2, verse 2. Again, there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them to present himself before Yahweh. Now, how do we know that this account is talking about the same thing that Peter is talking about in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8? Because that word Satan means adversary. Okay? And it says, be sober, back in 1 Peter 5 and 8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Okay? So that's Satan, man, the spiritual demon Satan, and his angels or his demons are basically out to plague our minds, okay, and to get us to go off of that straight path, man, of that path that leads to life, okay. So continuing on in verse 2, and Yahweh said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Okay, so that's what Satan's job is to do, to patrol the earth. Okay, and so we want to make sure that that we stay prepared. Okay, matter of fact, we can get that. Get that in let's see, Thessalonians. Thessalonians. No, Galatians. Oh, Ephesians, Salakia. Okay, yeah, Ephesians chapter 6. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye might be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Okay, so we're supposed to put on that whole armor to protect us from Satan's devices. Okay, because I'm gonna continue reading in Sirach chapter 21, verse 3. It says, all iniquity is as a two-edged sword, the wounds thereof cannot be healed. Okay, and iniquity is sin stacked on top of sin. Okay, and it says it's as a two-edged sword. All right, so pointy is pointing on both ends. It can stab you on both ends. Okay, and it says what does it say? The wounds thereof cannot be healed. Okay, and so when you got iniquity, okay, then you can only atone for that through a sacrifice. Okay, and Yahushua is our sacrifice. He is that spiritual sacrifice that was made for the nation of Israel. Okay, but in order to protect ourselves from sins and from the wiles of the devil, let's continue reading in Ephesians chapter 6 to see what we need to do in order to protect ourselves from that. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of this world. Against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, having done all to stand. Okay, so when you take on that whole armor, man, and it's about to go into what that armor is. When you take that armor on, it protects you from this madness that's out here, man. Okay, because we know that these are metaphors. What we're reading here in Sirach, chapter 21. We're reading here in Ephesians. These are all basically describing the spiritual aspects of the truth. Okay, so when you continue reading in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 14, it says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. Okay, so how do you would ask, how do you have your loins girt about with truth? It's not literally physically putting truth on your legs, okay, and having a big breastplate that says righteousness. It's talking about applying these attributes to your life, to yourself, and wearing it. When you walking with something, you keeping it on you, okay, and truth and righteousness, it protects you, okay. When you have those attributes about you, okay. which ultimately comes from the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. Continuing in verse 15. I'm going to read verse 14 again. All right. It says, stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth. All right. So that's how do you do that? You have to follow Yahushai. Okay. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And having on the breastplate of righteousness. Okay. So that's, basically having a sense of virtue. Okay. A sense of integrity. You see? That's how we protect ourselves from the wiles of the devil. Okay. Because Satan is out trying to do his job, seeking whom he may devour. I'm going to go back here to Job chapter 2 and 3. It says, and Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. So Job had that spiritual armor on, man. Okay, he had the truth, he had righteousness. Okay, he had that understanding that gave him that shield of faith, man. Okay, and so Satan's job is to destroy. All right, and sin is going to destroy you, man. Okay, Satan wants you to transgress the law. The Most High uses Satan to persuade the minds of the people, man. Okay, to make them go off. All right. That's why we have to continue to be spiritual and pray, and fast, to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to ask him to keep us away from that mess, man. All right. So let's continue in Ephesians 6 and 14. It says, verse 15, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Okay. So you have to be ready to teach. Okay. You have to be prepared to teach the gospel. Okay. It says, above all, verse 16, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Okay. So we have to be circumspect, man. All right. In all aspects. Because like I said, like the topic is, sin only destroys. When you take it into you, it's going to consume. It's going to destroy you. Okay. I want to get another precept. And so the only way that you can be protected from that is by having the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai upon you. Okay. Because that spirit is going to make you do all those things that we just read about. Okay. All right. So let's go here to Luke. Luke chapter 22. Let's see. Yeah, Luke chapter 22 and 31. It says, and Yahushua said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. Okay, so Simon Peter was desired, okay, by Satan. The spiritual demon Satan wanted to get Peter, man. Okay, so Yahushua prayed that Peter didn't fall into the persuasion of going off, okay, and leaving his truth. All right. And so that's what we really should continue doing, to continue to pray, to ask Yahweh Bashem Yahushua not to take the spirit off of us, man. Okay? But that was the point, you know what I'm saying? Through the spirit, the point was made, sin only destroys. Okay? Sin only consumes. I'm going to read it again in Sirach chapter 21 and 2. Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. For if it says, for if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee. The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion. Okay, so you want to play with a lion, man? You want to play with you? It's like hopping down to going to not a museum, a zoo, okay? And you hop the fence and you go down there to the lion, man, and you dancing in front of it, you know, saying eat me, eat me. That's you playing with breaking these law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know, we're supposed to keep them to the best of our ability. All right, so. You know, Lord willing, you know, this is an edifying lesson. You know, with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.